together, checking out a few things together. So let's see what I can do here. We've got presentation, and I got Grok. I'll share that. And there it is there. Perfect. And will it fit this way? Let's try this. Yeah, kinda. So this is Grok basically telling us what is going on. So the top 25 quarterbacks for Week 6, 2025 NFL Fantasy Football. Number one, we've got Josh Allen, which makes a lot of sense because he is a dual threat. He's still a powerful source. He doesn't seem to be injured this year, which is fantastic. Number two, we've got Patrick Mahomes. Number three, we've got Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts struggled the other night, but there seems to be some miscommunication going on with those teams. I don't know what's going on. We are currently looking at Kick, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And it's on X as well. Let's gonna have a quick look here, see what's going on. Yeah, it's streaming on all of them. And this is something that you can do when you're on Restream, is while it's running, you can see what is unfolding. So we've got Drake May and Jaden Daniels, both young quarterbacks, both on teams that are developing and growing. We've got Jaden Daniels against Chicago. We saw the outcome of Jalen Hurts against New York. Jackson Dart, that was a seminar on being able to run, great energy. The team is rallying behind him. It is wonderful. Baker Mayfield, they've got at number 6. Personally, I would have him higher than that, but this is being done and generated through multiple streams on the internet, and Grok has come up with these top. So we've got number 1, Josh Allen. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Jalen Hurts. Number 4, Jaden Daniels. Number 5, Drake May, who is showing real signs of being an insanely gifted quarterback. We've got Justin Herbert, who has been struggling as of late. They looked phenomenal out of the gate at the beginning of the year, but not so much now. Caleb Williams, we still have not seen the best of Caleb Williams. I don't know why that is. Let's see, is the view any better this way? Yeah, this works really well. Okay. So we've got Dak Prescott, who to me has been in the top 3 for production, especially for fantasy. Then we've got, surprisingly, Jordan Love, who has been struggling, I think. But fantasy and real football are two different things, which we know, right? Jared Goff has been playing quite well. We've got a chat going on here of some sort. Vito La Monica, I'm back on your channel, greeting you from Italy. Hello, thank you for being here. We'll put you up on the screen. We appreciate your support. We're also going to be playing a little bit of AI music generated by Suno. All right. But I do remember you, Vito. All right. We've got Justin Fields, whose numbers have been pretty solid. They just can't muster up a win to save their life. Sam Darnold has been also, I would say, pretty steady. This will be a great game, by the way. The Seahawks and the Jaguars. Yeah, well, Jackson Dart, I wouldn't have thought they would have beat Philly. But Philly does this. They get on the ropes, they have problems, and next thing you know, they've lost the game again. Mac Jones, who I've heard is also slightly injured. Brock Purdy is probably not going to play because he has turf toe. Trevor Lawrence was a beast. I've never seen him look better than he did this week, right? That was a phenomenal game. Quite disappointing, but so what do we have here? We've got Kyler Murray, who they just keep finding ways, the Arizona Cardinals, of losing. I don't know how they do it, but they continue to lose. And it's always by a field goal or less. And I think it's a new record to have lost by so few points multiple weeks in a row. All right, Tua is okay. Like, he looks fine. He doesn't look great, but he doesn't look awful either. So they've got him at 22. Bryce Young has moments. He's at 23. Geno Smith, interceptions galore. He is at 24. And then we've got Joe Flacco, who has recently been traded to, do you know, the Bengals, to replace Joe Burrows. He still has a cannon of an arm, and he is still one of the most effective deep passers in the league. So now we're going to look at top 25 running backs for week 6. They've got Christian McCaffrey for fantasy football, projected running. These are the consensus style rankings focusing on fantasy performance, including matchups. So this should be a pretty incredible game, Tampa Bay and San Francisco. I think that is going to be tight and very close. But Christian looks about Christian light, diet Christian. He's not what he was, but he's still an insanely good receiver, but he's not bouncing off. Now, I don't know, maybe they're becoming better tacklers. Depends on the team. Bijan Robinson, they've got him rated at number 2. They're going to be playing against Buffalo. Buffalo, if they're not awake, they could end up losing another game. So we'll have to see that how that unfolds. Jonathan Taylor, a true workhorse for the Colts. The Colts have been doing more things right than wrong this year. They're having an insanely productive, connective, wonderful synergy. I'm shocked at how well they're doing. I keep thinking they're going to fall off, but they're showing signs of a team that is well coached. Saquon Barkley was a little better against New York, but not great. We haven't seen those, breakaway runs where he runs for 60 to 70 yards. And I think that has to do with the coordinator more so than his abilities. Plus, there's probably not the same lineman in front of him creating those massive holes that they had before. My favorite running back in the league right now is Jahmyr Gibbs. He is on an insanely stacked team with so many weapons. I think it's hard for any team to beat Detroit right now. But Jahmyr is always a solid choice if you're in fantasy football. Choose him. Josh Jacobs from Green Bay, for those who don't know who he is a steady Eddie. He always gets production, and he's worth your time. We have Tia here. Hi, Tia. How are you? Did Mama not take you out? Give me a couple minutes, and I will take care of you, okay? I've got my dog here beside me. She's like, you need to take me out. I will finish up this list, and then I'll come back and do some more with you guys. But this will be great for the shorts. It'll be able to cut it up. Next, we have James Cook for Buffalo. Can you hear her? She's not too happy. Jaquan Williams. Javonte Williams of Dallas. He is phenomenal. Um, Rico Dowley, he's also great. Kyron Williams, he is always a solid producer and gets a lot of touches. He really does. Devon Achan with Miami, depending on the opponent, they do quite well. He's number 11. He's for this week. He's projected to do quite well. Ashton Genty has been phenomenal the last 2 weeks. It's almost like he's adjusting to the pace. There has been all kinds of rumors about Breece Hall being traded. Again, New York is forever in a tailspin of looniness. And then we have Quinshon Judkins. I think I'm saying that. Quinshon Judkins, Travis Etienne, and Rashad White. All right, and we have Derrick Henry, who has been steady, but not phenomenal this year. His production has been very similar to me as the insanely gifted Saquon Barkley. I'm going to see if I can find a video here for us. This is called Peace, Love, Variation 5. Enjoy.
You took my light, drained my strength, fed on my spirit day after day. Emptied my heart with constant need, till I was hollow, seeking to breathe. Now I understand clear why you stayed so near, taking what I could give while I struggled to live. Every call meant another need. Every meat meant you had to feed. My soul was food for your empty space, till I was empty in this place. Each conversation left me weak, like blood drawn slow, week after week. My joy became your daily feast, till I could barely stand at least. Now I see with grace your own empty space. Your pain made you feed on souls that you need. Me. Deep inside my core, I found a love that healing can surround. Not just for me, but even you who fed upon my spirit true. I understand your endless thirst, born from wounds that made you burst. Seeking life in others' light, never finding what feels right. I forgive the way you fed on all the tears that I have shed. Your hunger wasn't personal, just survival after all. But now space with understanding, truth and grace. This boundary's built with gentle care. For both our sakes, it's only fair. Peace. I find strength and forgiveness. You sought life through what
All right, we're back. Strange ending on that one. We have the ability on Suno to remix other people's music with their permissions. So if you're on Suno and there's a tune that you like, but you'd like to hear it, say, in a blues format, or jazz, or funk, or disco, whatever you, country, I've done that before. You could do metal, but almost every lyric, every song is completely different with a slight different variation in the mixing. So we are going to quickly look here. Let's get rid of, let's see, remove that, and then we'll have me. And we'll go back to where we were. Okay, so this is my Situm and Stardom. Does you know what I mean by that? Situm and Stardom? Stardom and Situm, whatever one you like better. And this has been formulated through Grok again, through multiple different sources on the internet, and this is what Grok has come up with for week 6. Jalen Warren, Pittsburgh, looks like, he's a solid upside. Now, Cleveland, though, in general, can be, at times, insanely gifted defensively. And I've been saying recently, too, that I feel now that they've got the 2 young quarterbacks, 1 and 2, do you know who they are? And Flacco is now gone. Joe Flacco has gone to the Bengals. We're looking at a new day, right? Dylan looked quite solid for his first outing. I was amazed at the things that he could do. I've yet to see Shadir Sanders play a non-exhibition game, or preseason if you like that better. It'll be interesting to see how well he does with that pace. But we've seen insane samplings of success with Jackson Dart, how well he came out of the blocks. So the younger quarterbacks, I think, are equipped to the pressure far better than the quarterbacks were, say, 20 years ago. And they're just insanely gifted athletes. So Jalen here looks like a solid upside. Also use your own intuition if you can, right? Logic. Devon Achan against the, yeah. It says here Chargers are 9th versus running backs, but allow, yeah. What I've seen of the Chargers recently is they're good, but they're not great. They're good, but not great lately. They were looking phenomenal at the beginning of the year. They got out of the blocks faster than most of the teams. I think that's what was happening there. But Devon Achan, if you give him seam, he's gone. If you give him the slightest bit of light, he has great explosive speed. Kyron Williams, there he is again. I've only been incredibly impressed with him. They're saying start him. DeAndre Swift, they're saying sit him. The Commanders are very stingy on the run. That's what they're saying here. And I've seen so much growth in the Washington franchise in the last 3 years. It's unbelievable. And Okay, so we also have Jalen Morton again here, and they're saying sit on the same list here. See that? So we've got one critical thing here saying that you should sit him against Cleveland, and you have another here that says start him. So in other words, use use your own common sense if you can. Alvin Kamara, this makes sense to me. I read this earlier. Yeah, the Patriots are very solid defensively, and I highly suggest maybe sitting Alvin. But Alvin recently has shown the ability to even destroy incredible defenses. All right, so we've got wide receivers right here. So Mr. McMillan here, he has NFL ready flashes, 23-point implied total. Dallas aggressive for quick separator ops. Okay. Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, I would totally agree with that. He is solid. I've really enjoyed watching film. So, okay, we've got Kendrick Bourne here. They're also saying start. He's a steady wide receiver, 3 floor. 49ers 25-point total suggests multiple score drives. Debo Samuel. See, I disagree with this one. Debo recently has looked, I thought, really good. But they're saying, see, I disagree with this one. I would start Debo. I don't think this is I don't think you should sit him. And he's going to get targets. And a lot of teams that is sometimes one week really solid offensively, they just aren't the next week. Marvin Harrison Jr., I've heard a lot of positive buzz on him in the last couple of weeks. He's looking like he's got the potential to really do something in the next 3, 5 weeks. I would not sit him. It says sit, but from what I've seen, now it's because the Colts have been so, but they also have the ability to let a lot of points get through. They're just super effective when it comes to offense. They will stay in a game even if it's in the 30s. There's always potential for them to come and win, especially at the end of the game. Their record is phenomenal right now. All right, Mr. Robinson here. Eagles lock down slots. Yeah. Well, he did great. We already know the outcome of this. He was phenomenal. And they say sit. That would have been unwise. So again, just because it says something here, use your own logic. I know that he was phenomenal in that game. Great catches. All right, so we got tight ends here. We've got Jake Ferguson of Dallas. He's been really good lately. Kyle Pitts. They also say start him. Yeah, from Atlanta. Yeah, he is. He's a great tight end. Unbelievable. Yeah. And they even say Evan Ingram, start him as well. Yeah, with Denver. Yeah, and he'll get a lot of targets. I don't know enough about Jawan Johnson to give an opinion here. I'll have to look him up. And every once in a while I see a name and I don't necessarily know who they are. Kyle Pitts has been steady. They're saying sit. All right. So they're saying here Mooney return splits target. So basically they're just suggesting that he won't even get the targets to the same degree. All right, so we're going to look at special teams, defense. And they're saying start the Packers against Cincinnati. Well, Cincinnati's horrible. Let's be real. They are one of the worst teams in the league right now. We'll have to see how poor Joe Flacco does, but you know, he'll get some points on the board. But don't forget, even Joe Burrows was having problems last year. He was having a hell of a time. Just, you know, being able to score enough points to win, even though they were scoring some of these games over 30 points. They're saying start the Steelers, special teams against Cleveland. Yeah. Because they're saying Gabriel will be, Dylan Gabriel will be very vulnerable. So we'll have to see how that comes about. That should be a great game. That one there. That's going to be a tough call. And they're very similar in styles. I'll have to see how Aaron Rodgers does in that game. And DK Metcalf. The Titans finally won a game, right? They finally won a game after 10 games or something like that, which is great. So it says here the Raiders have the second highest giveaway rate, third most in fantasy. All right. We've got the Cardinals against the Colts. See, for me, I think the Colts are a better choice here. But they're saying, yeah, I don't know enough here to give you an opinion. The Cardinals just always seem to be a little light on things. It's almost like they need two pieces, and then they could be, you know, a second place team in their division. We've got the 49ers, and they're saying sit them against Tampa Bay. Yeah. Well, the Bucks score an insane amount of points every week, usually over 30, which is probably a wise choice to sit the 49ers. Yeah. The Jets, they say sit. I totally agree, especially against Denver. Denver is, I think, not the best defensive team in the league. They're in the top three, from what I've seen. And they're starting to get their offensive drives going as well. Why don't we play a tune here and see what we've got? Give me a minute to check a few things. Now, I didn't play You Are Worthy. This is fairly new. This is a new rendering that I've made on Suno in the last 2 weeks. Enjoy.
Step into the light, don't hide, don't run. It's not what you've done, it's who you belong to.
hope you enjoyed that. That gave me a moment to punch this up for you. Here we go. And I'm not too sure how we get rid of the other one. I don't even see it here. All right. So we saw the game last night between the Eagles and the Giants. We know the outcome of that. I would have picked the Eagles 1000%, so that's my choice there for sure. The Broncos against the Jets, you've got to go with the Broncos, and that's on Sunday, October 12th. The Broncos are, really considered to be able to win by at least one touchdown, and they're favored. So we've got the Cardinals against the Colts. I'm going to go with the Colts. Colts again, -7. And they're expected to win by at least 7 points. So that's a weird spread. Cowboys, Panthers. And they got the Cowboys by a field goal. And I think that could go either way. I'm going to go with the Panthers on this one. We'll see how that goes. But I do have great belief in the Cowboys. But I have to maybe... like, if you're betting, 3 points is a lot. Chargers against the Dolphins. They got the Chargers with a slight advantage of 4.5, right? -4.5. So for those who don't understand football too much, fantasy football, that basically means that they have to win by at least 4.5 points with the spread. And that's the Chargers. You know what? The Dolphins are not really that bad this year. So that might be a good bet, going with the Dolphins here. I think the Dolphins will make it closer than that and even have a great potential of winning that game. The Rams against the Ravens. Yeah, see, they got the Rams 7.5. Only because the Ravens are so beat up and in such a mess right now. So I really believe that that is a wise decision. Now, if Lamar Jackson was to suddenly appear and healthy, then they're great. But they're missing multiple people. There's so many injuries this year early for the Ravens. That may be a blessing later in the year. Browns against the Steelers. I think this could be an upset for the Browns. So I as much as I like the Steelers this year, I'm going to go with the Browns. Because I think the Browns are going to be all over Aaron Rodgers. And the productivity won't be what it usually is. And people have been kind of downplaying the two rookies. And I think Dylan's going to do well. Dylan Gabriel, I think he's going to do quite well. I don't know if we're going to see Shadir anytime soon. There would have to be a major fallout for that to happen. And they need time for these new rookies to, get acquainted with their new surroundings. We've got the Patriots and the Saints, and they got the Patriots with a slight advantage here, -3.5. That sounds probably right, but the Saints have been playing pretty good. I've been shocked at how well they've done the last couple of weeks. They haven't been horrible, and they have a lot of weapons. Seahawks and the Jaguars. I think this is going to be an insane game. Really excellent game. Could be high scoring. So this one, you almost be better to just flip a coin. But I'm going to go with a slight advantage with the Seahawks. And they've got the Jags at 1.5. I think the Seahawks will win this game. I would love to see the Jags win, though. I would love to see Trevor Lawrence have some success. Sam Darnold is also playing insanely well this year. But the Jags seem to be on fire. They really believe in themselves. They seem to be peaking early. We'll have to see how it ends up this year for them. Titans and Raiders. The Raiders this year, they've got the Raiders actually with an advantage of 3.5 against the Titans, but the Titans just won last week. So I think there's a good chance that this will be, like they're saying, very close. But the Titans, if they can get their act together, could beat the Raiders here. So that might be a very safe bet to go with, especially with the spread. Bengals against the Packers, this should be insanely bad. And they have minus 14 for the Packers. In other words, they have the advantage of 2 scores. That is crazy. Partly because they've got Joe Flacco in the mix right now. We've got the Buccaneers. So I'm going to go, as a bet, I think that's a safe bet to go with the Bengals if you're going with the spread of 14. But if you're going for a straight up win, I would go with the Packers. 49ers against the Buccaneers. That is going to be an insanely fun game. It'll be close. Everybody knows I root for Baker Mayfield, so I'm going to go with the Bucs on this. I also think that is a safe bet. But don't ever underestimate the resilience and the coaching power of the 49ers. They are insanely well coached. Lions and Chiefs, Sunday, October 12th. They've got the Chiefs with the slight advantage over the Lions. Interesting. I think that's a safe bet to go with Lions. I think the Lions will win. I think they have more weapons. I think the Chiefs are going to have to come up with a semi-miracle to win this game. I see the Lions as probably, if not the best team in football right now, the second best football team, where the Chiefs are in the top 10. The Bills, depending on the week, I think can beat anybody. The Falcons, so they give the Bills a slight advantage here at 4.5. I'd still go with the Bills. I think the Bills have a very good chance with Michael Penix Jr., right? There hasn't been any talk, though, about Kirk Cousins coming back in, which I find really interesting. So I'm going to go with the Bills on this. I think that's a safe bet. I think they're going to win by more than 4.5. All right, so we've got the Bears and the Commanders, and they got the Commanders with a slight advantage of 4.5, minus 4.5. I think that's a safe bet. I think they will beat the Bears, but never underestimate the Bears. All right, what do we have for music? Let's have a quick look here, and we'll check in the background. We've got Light in the Storm. Enjoy.
The spark in the haze, keeping night at bay. When the world's got no love, you're the reason I stay in shadows and doubts. You're the voice that calls, a fearless heart, standing tall through it all. Hey, when the rain comes down and the skies turn gray, and the fear of the night. You're the reason I rise. You're my guiding light in this cruel wide world. You're my heartfelt song. With your love by my side, I'll stand strong.
Try again. It's coming up. Yep. It's having problems. Too many things. But we got it. We got it going. That's In the Light of the Storm. That's a V4.5. There is a 5.0 available of that right now, where you can take any song, especially in my library, and remix it. There's thousands of songs I've made now, and these are just some of the ones that I really like. We've got roughly about 17 minutes left in the show. I thought it might be fun to go through the top offensive teams coming into week 6, according to, you ready? Grok. So let's see if we can get this off the screen. The Suno rendition, remove that, and then you'll see me. There I am. We're using right now a Nexico camera, and the lighting right now is just natural lighting. We're drinking coffee. I think it's Folgers. No, not Folgers. What's the one I drank? Is it Folgers? It might be. My favorite, though, is Tim's. I'm Canadian, right? So Timmy's is the way to go. If I can have anything. Timmy's medium regular. Anybody wants to buy me one? Go ahead. I also like the apple fritter donut. Not good for you, but they do taste good. I also like Cinnabons. I try to stay from those. Okay, so enough of food fantasies here. What do we got? Okay, so we've got top offensive teams for NFL Week 6, 2025, based on ESPN's latest projections for Week 6 as of October 10th, 2025. Here are the top 12 ranked teams by the highest projected points scored. These reflect expected offensive output considering matchups, injuries, trends. Note, Thursday game, Eagles and Giants, is included, with Eagles projected at 25 points. And they didn't do that. Right. So, top offensive teams for the NFL Week 6. At number 1, Green Bay Packers against Cincinnati. They say that is going to be a phenomenal offensive display. Number 2 is Los Angeles Rams against the Baltimore Ravens. And yeah, they're projecting a 62% they're going to win. And their projected points at 31. Denver Broncos against the New York Jets are projected points of 29, with the probable win at 86%. Wow. Dallas Cowboys at Carolina projected to get 28 points, and yeah, the probable win is only 52%, which is very good. And now we have it reversed here. See there, we have Carolina versus Dallas, and in other polls it's 48%, but it's still close, right? With the projected points of 28. We've also got Detroit Lions against Kansas City, and they have a 28% point. See, I think it'll be higher than that. I think it could be as high as 40 in that game. They're projected to win at 63%. So if you look at all this statistical stuff, you'll go crazy because none of it ever gels the same way, depending on the view of how you look at it. Now, this is just offensively, right? So what do we got next here? We've got Tampa Bay against San Fran. I think that is going to be a stellar, fun game to watch. And projected points on that are 28. I think it'll be higher. And they've got Tampa Bay projected at a 62%. Don't ever underestimate San Fran this year. They look like no matter what the outcome is, they're going to find a way to win. And they have two solid quarterbacks. And this is what I've been talking about since the beginning of the year. Make sure you have a great core of quarterbacks just in case your number one ends up being injured. Very few teams have done that this year. The teams that have done it are doing okay. Cooper Rush, I'm sorry, is not a great backup. He just isn't. I think Russell Wilson would have been a better backup for the Ravens. But I think wherever he goes, I think he drives everybody right out of their mind. All right. Let's see here. We have the Colts against the Arizona Cardinals. Projected points on that is 27. And the probable rate of winning is 78% for the Colts. Washington Commanders at Chicago versus Chicago, 27 points. I think it'll be higher than that. I think it could be more like 35-40 in that. And the Colts are 78% in favor of winning that matchup. So Washington and Commanders, yeah. I really like the Washington Commanders, but for one reason. Jalen Daniels. He is phenomenal. Now that's at 62%. Atlanta and Buffalo. So Buffalo is projected to get 26 points, but the win ratio probability is 70%. Unbelievable. So we know the outcome of this. We've got Philadelphia getting 25 points against the New York Giants, and the probability of them winning is 78%. We know the outcome. They got schooled by Jackson Dart. It was a phenomenal victory. And it just goes to show you that the young quarterbacks with the right mindset can do very well. Hearts full of praise. Enjoy.
Waking up with sunlight's glow, feet touch ground, we start the show. Tiny steps, we make our way. Every dawn, a brand new day. Hearts are beating full of seconds pass like whispered song. In this dance we all belong. Threads of fate, they intertwine. Every heartbeat, same old rhyme. Through the highs and through the lows, in each step the meaning grows. Shared existence intertwined. In each other peace we find. Connected on this wave we ride. Feel the surge of light inside. Success in every breath we take. Praise the journey while away.
That may be one of my favorite songs I've ever done. It's really good, and it's a Veep 4.5, and it doesn't always have to be the latest rendering for it to be the best. So we have not discussed it all here. Let's see what we can do here. Remove that, and you'll see me here. And now I'm going to try to share the screen. How do I do that? Oh yeah, I just do this. Couple buttons. There we go. Okay, so we haven't done this for a while. We have a couple minutes before we end the show. Salomon, thank you for all your support over the years. Great guy. Please follow him. He's phenomenal. We've got Conscious Creation Inspired. Thank you for your support. I'm going to have to come and do one of your shows lately. Been kind of full, busy, happy though. Maria Humphreys, thank you for your support. Om, there he is. Let's click on him. Om Universe, thank you for your support. Thank you to Maria up here as well. Right there, Maria. Great choice. Check her out. She, inspiration, speaker, producer, right there. Highly recommend her. She's fun. Danica, and 100% true, my friend. Wishing you the best luck, abundance, kindness in the world. And then we have Mojo. Thank you, Mojo McCarthy. I believe that's what that is. And he's a musician. He's really good. I've seen him a couple times. Tony D. Constantly doing random broadcasts all over the place. We also have the Bell Kings Sunday mornings around 10:30. Check us out. And it's usually Fireman Rich, Ted Hicks, and the original co-host with the most, Brian, from Texas. So, Herbal, thank you for your support. Also, Beth Fratz, MD, we appreciate you. Metalheads, thank you. This looks like Joy. Hi, Joy. Haven't seen you for a while. Advocate for the Blind, inspiration speaker, upcoming video projects. All right. Joy, the human calculus. All right. Don't know how to pronounce the first part. Ooh, Nikita, thank you. Stigma Technologies followed me. Thank you. Simone, Louise, thank you as well. Don't use your energy don't use your energy to worry. Use your energy to believe, create, trust, grow, and glow, manifest, and heal. Well, that's a word sandwich, but Nico's Digital Cafe, thank you. We appreciate you as well. Oh, here's an old friend, Jace Jacobs, a poet here to spread love and light. And you can catch him on Patreon as well. We've got Kelly Miller, I've been following, I think, for 15 years. Who's this? Wendy E. Slater. Thank you for your support. I'm not really. And Alicia, who is a world-renowned healer, author, podcast, video maker, you name it. She's got it all. What does it say here before we go? Channeling messages. What else is she here? Award-winning author. Yeah. So we got Rose. Thank Rose for all the support. We have Noble Ron. We have Jackie Reynolds. Thank you. Simone again. Danica again. What do we got here? Jackie again. We have a new follower. Spring Back Incorporated followed us. Thank you. We have Metamorphic. Thank you. Great postings with them. Conscious Creation Inspired once again. Echo Mountain. Who else here? We got Beth Fretz again. Dr. Marcel Volmir. Thank you. Jeffrey, I see you there. Jeffrey's a great guy. We'll finish off with Jeffrey. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the things that you do each and every day. Let's choose to be kind to one another. Please like, share, and subscribe.